Hello Libra, Elsie here to do a reading for you. Libra, we're talking about your reset this time around. And why are we doing that? Well, because we have had all sorts of planetary things going on that are indicating that we are in a reset. So for instance, Saturn and Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries, reset energy, right? We had a new moon and an eclipse in Aquarius, reset energy. This month we also we wiggled out of the old skin, right? The year of the snake, and we got up and started running on the beach like the fire horse. So we have a lot of reset energy, and that's what we're talking about for you. Let's find out about your reset, what's going on from here. First, we're going to put down the oracles. Then we're going to put down some tarot, get some details. And at the end of this video, I will tell you about the new sale that is on for the pre-recorded readings. And we'll talk about it from there. And yeah, let's find out what's going on for Libra. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs, not just the Sun signs, right? Let's find out what's going on for Libra. Okay, there's one more, please. Just one more. Ooh, there it is. All right, well, you know what? I don't like to put back blessings, so we're going to keep all four. And at the bottom of the deck, vacation. Somebody here is taking a break from something. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're heading off on a plane on a vacation. But for some of you, it could be that. Possibly you don't know that there's a vacation time coming up. You could be doing a staycation. Maybe you're just staying at home, vacation. But it feels like you're disconnecting from something in order to heal, order to rest. And so I think that's what's important here. Climbing towards success. Maybe you're just tired from climbing the ladder. It could be that here. We've got the shark, and what does this say? It says, take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. So I'm going to say that something's circling. That's what sharks do. They circle the prey. They smell it. They wonder if that's exactly what they want. And so I'm going to say, yeah, take care of your financial wealth, because there could be something circling that you're not aware of. And that's what I mean, like a surprise bill, or you might owe something you didn't realize it was coming due. We've got the wedge. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Very interesting. We'll talk about the wedge. We have a fair man, dealings with a relationship with a man who might have blonde hair, gray hair, white hair. And then we have the wall. It says a misunderstanding. So there may be a misunderstanding with someone who has fair hair, light hair, white hair. Possibly. Let's talk about tarot. Let's get some details on it. Explain what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about the shark. Tell me about Libra. We've got the 5 of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to say, it does say here that there will be a loss of material wealth if you don't take care. I think that's what it says here. Yeah, take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. So make sure that make sure you're not ignoring anything, ignoring the taxes, ignoring money owed, ignoring a payment, make sure you're not ignoring anything, because this could be the result. It could be regret that I should have taken care of that sooner. It could be something that's coming up. Look, because when we go into a reset, everything is brand new. And that means that the old stuff needs to be cleared away first, the old obstacles. So you could be forced into a situation where you have to really look something in the face that you've been trying to put on the back burner or ignore for a bit. Tell me about the wedge. We've got the 5 of Swords. Well, isn't that interesting energy to come up with this? Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. I'm gonna tend to say that it's somebody who's trying to come between you and a friend. Now, the 5 of Swords tells me it's because of a fundamental difference. And so maybe this is someone who doesn't necessarily agree with your point of view and is trying to bring someone to their side of a certain topic where there's been a line in the sand. You know what I mean? You're usually pretty diplomatic. I'm just going to say, Libra, that you're pretty logical and diplomatic. And although I don't feel like you're the person who really stands on principle, you do stand on logic. So I feel like somebody here feels as though maybe their ideals or ideas don't match yours. And maybe they're trying to put a wedge between you and someone that you know that they know. So like a mutual friend or someone in your workplace or something like that. We've got dealings in a relationship with a man here that's fair, looks like blonde or gray or white hair. And there's a misunderstanding with this person that creates a wall. Tell me more about this here. We've got, this is someone that you've known for a long time. This could be a parent, a mother, a sister, a brother, a best friend. It feels like this is someone that is attached to you in terms of nostalgia. Maybe this is nostalgically something that happens, is that you have a misunderstanding with someone here. They could be older than you, or they could be a parent or a grandparent or somebody who feels they know more than you. It feels like there is a misunderstanding. Tell me more. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend. Just saying. Could be this person that's trying to come between you and a friend. We've got the World card in the reverse. Interesting. I don't often see that. I haven't seen it in a very long time, actually. Oh, neat that these two are coming up together. There's unfinished business. And I think I just said at the beginning of this reading that as we go into a reset, it resets everything back to zero, literally, right? Saturn, Neptune, zero conjunction Aries. It's resetting everything back to zero again. And in order for us to get out of the old stuff, we have to figure it out. We have to close all the open doors. We have to take care of unfinished business. And I feel like some of the unfinished business might be the Five of Swords. It feels like maybe you've been letting someone get away with it, because I feel like Libra, my experience with Libran energy, especially when it shows up in the sun or the rising, is that you don't mind if everybody's fighting around you. You just want your space to remain balanced. So, maybe you'll ignore the fighting and the arguing and the backbiting of other people in order to keep your world in sync. And so it feels like here that there's going to be something here that you can no longer ignore. It feels like we are talking about a couple of fives. Something here is about to change. And I feel like what's going to change is that we go from unfinished business to finishing up the business. So I feel like your reset is about finishing up old business with tension. Things that you've put on the back burner, understand, right? Like it feels like things that you've ignored that have sort of made you sad underneath, or maybe make you feel regretful underneath. I feel like this is what's looming. I'm just going to say, it feels like it's things that you wouldn't address because it would push you out of alignment, or it would push you out of your balance. It feels like there is something here that you're going to be forced to look at, and it might be within your family, within your soul group, soul ties, people you've known for a long while, could be friends, could be family. It feels like you're being forced to look at something in the face and take it on in the Five of Swords. It feels like you are going to be ending, it's like whatever you say is going to end the whole thing. I don't think you started the problem. I don't think you started the issue, but I think that you bring some sort of logical explanation or some sort of logic that can't be argued against. I want to say that it goes from the Five of Swords to the Death card. Stop arguing with me. I have the facts. I'm going to say, if you're going to go at a Libra, you better have all the facts. You better have the facts. We've got something here that's been left undone, or that you've been pushing to the back burner. It feels like it's maybe we disagree on things. Maybe when someone disagrees or takes an opposite view, you'd rather just get out of the room rather than talk to somebody about the disagreement and work it out. Yeah, it feels like it's all because of this new beginning that's coming. I do really believe this is a reset, but I feel like this reset here is the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this Ace of Pentacles here is something that is born from you finishing up old unfinished business. It does feel like this is the investment. You can't make an investment in the future if your old junk is still hanging around. So I feel like this World card is really informational for you to tell you, look, if you've got business that's unfinished, if you got somebody that you're allowing to smack talk behind your back, or listen, if you're in a room with people and that one person is smack talking the other people when they get up and walk out, don't think they're not doing it to you when you're gone. Like, I feel like this is like, you're like, it's okay, I don't hear it, I'm not dealing with it. I feel like there is something you need to take care of here, or it could result in a loss of material wealth. It could be they damage your reputation, which damages your brand or your business. You know what I mean? Things that go unchecked have impacts maybe you didn't think of. We've got the Seven of Cups here. We've got the Ace of Cups here. And we've got the High Priestess. Look, I feel like you have been detached from a situation. So we've got the Seven of Cups, confusion, overwhelm, possibly illusion. It's like, I don't really want to go through all the bullshit. I don't really want to try and make sense of the illusion. But then the Ace of Cups shows up. And I feel like it adds itself to the 7, which is 8. And it feels like I'm just going to leave it there for now. Because I don't want to be in this bad mood. Don't shift my mood. It's not really worth arguing about. I feel like if you don't take care of something, this thing, whatever it is, it feels like it grows. It feels like it grows bigger. So I also feel like with the High Priestess energy that you are remaining silent about a situation that's deeply emotional for you. And if this remains as unfinished business, that it could end up coming back to bite you in the ass. I'm just going to say the shark is here, right? It could end up coming back to bite you. It feels like it could be in some sort of material wealth way. Now, it doesn't have to be that somebody's directly impacting your material wealth. It could be that they start an argument with you, which means you're not able to work, which means you got to take a mental health day, and that impacts your wealth, right? So I'm just saying, like, it can impact your wealth in ways that you're not realizing that it may impact. That by remaining silent and not saying anything, remaining detached, 8 of Cups, detached from the emotion of the situation, it could come back to bite you. That's all I'm going to say about that. Tell me about the 5 of Swords, because it feels like somebody here is using words or thoughts in order to push a wedge between you and somebody else in your family, possibly. I feel like wherever it is, it feels like the people or the group of people are usually meeting in a place of celebration or stability, somebody's house. It feels like somebody applies pressure to take it to the next level. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, it does feel like conversation. It feels like somebody here is having conversation with someone else that is presenting to the other person as being stable. I'm doing this for Libra's own good. I just want to say, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like this person is doing it in a non-confrontational way. We do have the King of Pentacles here. This person might present as somebody who's very solid, grounded, loyal. I do really feel that this person is smack talking your finances, how you make your money, where you get your wealth from, possibly talking about the back and forth of wealth. Like, oh, did you hear that Libra gave a chunk of money to this kid, but they won't give it to that kid, or this person, but they won't give it to that person. They'll give this person $3,000, but they won't loan me $5 for a coffee. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like somebody's smack talking. I want to say with the 5 of Swords here, that's what it feels like. Now we've got the 6 of Cups here, and it does feel like there is a dealings with someone who's got gray hair, who you will have a misunderstanding with. It doesn't have to be gray. It could be white, could be blonde. It's a light-haired person here. I don't care about the color of their skin, but they do have light hair. We do have the 10 of Swords. So this disagreement could lead to feeling as though you've been betrayed, that your friendship has been betrayed, that the nostalgia you built together up to here has been betrayed. It does feel like some sort of a betrayal that is kind of toxic. I feel like you want to let the toxicity go. Look, I'm not ruling out that this person with the fair hair is not someone who's smack talking you behind your back with the 5 of Swords here. Oh boy. Okay. So Libra, I'm going to say that this World card and this Death card is telling me that the doors that you've left open because you didn't want to confront or face or have to deal with it face to face. I feel like you are coming face to face with some stuff that you need to close the doors for. You need to end this here. You can't leave all these doors open and expect to be able to move forward in a clean way to this new beginning. I feel like this new beginning, and I think I've been telling you this for weeks now, I feel like your new beginning is involving financial gain, like getting a new job or getting some sort of an upgrade, or somebody's going to give you money, or it feels like you're going to get a promotion or a raise or something like that. It feels like something begins brand new, but I really do feel like you could delay that process by not closing the door or confronting someone, by remaining silent and detached here. This could escalate into something that, way bigger than you ever wanted it to be. I feel like there is a misunderstanding with someone who has this lighter hair, if that's what we're talking about. It feels like it is someone who's in a man's body, feminine or masculine, we don't know, but there's somebody who's in a man's body, and it feels like this person is somebody who is betraying you with toxicity. They are somebody who possibly had leaned on you before, possibly codependently. Maybe they would have called you, a best friend or someone they grew up with, or maybe there's someone in your family. It feels like you are going to find out about this, and the Tower is here. It's going to shift how you see this person. So it's going to make you see them as a toxic liar or as a toxic betrayer. I feel like it's really going to shift how you see this person, so you understand that when the majors show up, you don't have control over what's happening here. The only thing you have control over is how you react to it or how you respond to the situation. So I feel like this is supposed to happen. It feels like something here is that the door is supposed to close, and that's why you're being forced to look at something in the face here. What is going to come of all of this? Because I feel like this is the reward. I feel like this is what's waiting for you. Whatever is for you will never pass you by, Libra. I've been telling you for weeks now that something that is in your material world, your 3D world, to do with your career, maybe you finally get noticed, maybe somebody buys your art, whatever it is, somebody here is going to be getting more abundance. And I feel like that has always been available to you. But as long as this old business is hanging around, I feel like you're delaying the Ace of Pentacles, the new beginning. Tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Swords. We've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. She was in the upright in the deck, and then she flipped over my arm onto the table. And then we have the Three of Swords. So, by inaction, by doing nothing, it remains in this energy of heartbreak. But your inaction to say something is what is delaying this. So I'm going to say that if you are someone who has these unfinished things going on because you refuse to look at them, take care of them, speak on them, close the doors and say, nope, this is actually the truth. I'm bringing you the data. I feel like there's something here. Maybe it's one thing, maybe it's a bunch of things that you've left undone and remained silent about. I feel like you've remained sort of detached emotionally from some situation. It feels like it escalates if you don't take care of it until you finally are able to look it in the face. At some point, it's going to cause a tower and you're not going to be able to ignore it anymore. So it's like it came as a whisper and you ignored it. And then it came as, a little louder and then you ignored it. And it feels like the tower falls and you can't ignore it anymore. Look, I'm not saying that you're ignoring it because you're irresponsible. I'm saying that who wants to rock the boat if I don't have to rock the boat? If it's not broke, why would I fix it? And I agree with you. And I don't have any Libra in my chart. Oh, maybe I'm lying. I think I've got South Node Libra, but nonetheless, I feel like I agree with you, but I feel like what you're doing is you are holding yourself back from your abundance because you're not saying anything, or you're practicing inaction because you're wanting to stay in balance is far more important than you looking something in the eye and saying, no, that's not the right answer actually. And I'm bringing you the data to let you know what the actual truth is and that I do have an opinion on this. So look, we're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this. If you want to come to the extended, please look at the top of the comments. There is a pinned comment there under all of the videos that I upload. If you're interested in it and an extended, and look, you don't have to be interested in the extended. And if you want to be in the extended, then please come into the membership area where I also do membership readings that are just for the membership. It is a priority area. And if you are interested in a private reading, then please take a look at the link to Hypsee. The link to Hypsee will take you to all of my pricing. You'll get to see whatever it is that I have there to offer. And right now, until the 4th, from the 20th of February till the 4th of March, there is 10% off all the pre-recorded readings. And you do need a code. It is in the pinned comment. It is Reset 2026. There is a reset reading there if you're interested to know about the reset from your own point of view and your own energy. And if you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one, I do have a call coming up later tonight and then tomorrow. And if you're interested in doing that, please take a look at my schedule and book in advance with me. You will get between 5 and 75% off those calls. Let's put down 3 cards. We'll find out what the outcome is here, or what your advice might be going forward. We're going to clarify all of this in the extended, and then we will talk about this. We've got the 10 of Cups. Look, I feel like whatever way this happens, whether you're forced to do it or whether you do it on your own, it feels like the shift clears everything. Look, a tower doesn't always show up at the beginning. Sometimes it shows up at the end because we just need to get the debris the hell out of the way. What we thought was growing naturally was actually not. It was all an illusion. We have the Judgment card, absolutely. So I feel like this situation, whatever it is, it keeps coming around to you. It keeps showing its face and you ignore it. You keep showing your face, I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm kind of trying to work, trying to keep my mental health on point. I'm trying to do all these other things. It feels like this thing is showing its face again. And I feel like it's the reason that you have been ignoring it or turning your back to it or detaching from it is because it's deeply emotional for you. It might have to do with a mother or a father or somebody that you're really close to or have heart space for, maybe someone you're dating. I feel like it's time for you to face it, friend. It's time for you to level up into this Emperor energy. Pull back your energy, do the tsunami thing, pull back your energy and let it go. It's time for you to take control of the situation instead of just disconnecting from it. It's time for you to face it as the Emperor would do and gain ground on whatever's going on here. Let's go into the extended. If you like to be there, that's where I'll be. But of course, I'll be back because I'm always back. So thank you so much for watching, Libra. I'm going to go for now. Bye-bye.